Hi, Matt with eTrailer. If you're looking for something that's going to keep the inside of your 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 nice and clean and also give you more of a sleek design to the interior, then the 3D MAXpider Floor Mats are going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. So these are going to be part of the Kagu series, and as you can see, they just have this nice design to them. Not too much going on. They're not very busy like some other type of floor mats that have all those ridges in there. They're going to be less noticeable, and in my opinion, they look a little more OEM. And speaking of those OEM floor mats, I have what kind of comes in your vehicle. This one's kind of dirty. It's been used a little bit, but you can really see the difference what we're getting here. We're getting a lot more coverage out of these, and we're getting those sidewalls too. So if you're someone who is getting their boots or shoes pretty dirty and they want to keep the inside of the vehicle clean, but like again, you want that less noticeable design, then I think this is going to be a great place. They're also really easy to install. We're going to put them in real quick. It's actually going to come in 3 parts. So you're going to have your driver's side and you're going to have your passenger side, but you're also going to have this center piece too. I'll take that out real quick. And that's going to cover that center console area. So that's a big spot where a lot of other floor mats really miss, where they don't get that coverage. And that's going to be perfect if you're maybe eating or drinking anything, you spill something. That spot typically isn't going to be covered, but with this, it will be. But all you have to do is, I'd recommend starting out with this. And we're just going to line it up to the contours of your vehicle. Just going to push it in. The reason why I recommend starting off with this is just because if you have a floor mat in here, you're going to have to lift up on it a bit. With that roughly in place, then I'll grab my next one. Just kind of line that up to the contours of your car. Push it in until it starts to grab. Afterwards, I like to make some adjustments just so everything's nice and clean looking. And driver's side is going to go in there the exact same way. The only difference is there's going to be those little tabs that you just push into place. They can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Just take your time with it until they lock in. I personally like that because it's going to help them and prevent them from moving as much. Speaking of which, there's going to be something else in place to help them keep in place. So if I just lift up on the underside of this floor mat here, you're going to notice we have this type of textured surface. It's almost like some type of light, more stringy fabric. This actually does a really good job at grabbing onto your more carpeted flooring like this. So if you have any type of flooring like this, these are going to perform awesome. They're going to do a great job at what they do. But let's kind of talk about the fit right now. And that's one of the benefits to this type of material. It's really not going to hold its shape too well. So if you have someone who's coming in and they're kind of kicking the side of this, it's not going to learn that shape. Really, it's just going to keep the shape of this custom fit. And there's really no gaps that I'm really seeing. The only gap I can see is going to be this tiny spot here. And the chances of anything creeping in, getting under there, is pretty unlikely. Even how close these sit together is a pretty seamless fit. So I doubt too much is going to get caught in there, but I'm liking the fit a lot, even how it's contouring around all these edges. And when we look at the interior, notice this is a little bit lower than the edges here. These are a little bit raised, so when dirt and grime does get in here, it's going to be less likely of falling out. But it's also nice that this is just one seamless design, so it almost looks like you don't have any floor mats in at all. And this is going to be our driver's side. And there's those tabs I was talking about. These are going to just lock into your factory tabs. And you can see how it's really contouring around or underneath our pedals too. Just doing a great job of that because that's where a lot of your dirt and grime is going to come off of. And right here we're going to have this extra spot for where your foot is sitting. That's going to give you more traction, so that's important because when you're driving around, if there's any type of wet surface on here, you want to make sure your foot's not slipping, especially right next to your pedals. So that's nice that they added that in here for us. And now let's take a closer look at the actual material of this mat. So this is going to be made from 3 layers. And the most important one is going to be that top layer. And that's going to be a carbon fiber material, and that's where we're kind of getting that design. But this is also going to help with any type of water that gets on here. Instead of soaking through, it's more so going to beat up on top of here. Perfect if you're going through a lot of wet areas or even really snowy areas on top of that. That's going to make this a lot easier to clean. It's going to help it dry really fast too, so you don't have to wait too long to put it back into your vehicle. And another benefit of this material is all going to be environmentally friendly. And a big thing you're going to notice once you get these inside your vehicle is you're really not going to notice any type of smell. A lot of times when you get those new floor mats, they really have that rubberized smell to them, and it can be kind of strong, and which isn't super appealing when you're getting into your vehicle. It usually takes a few days, maybe a week for it to actually leave. Maybe you got to roll down your windows for that actually to air out. With these straight out of the box, you aren't going to notice anything like that. In my opinion, I think this is a solid choice out of a floor mat. Now, if you're someone who's going through some really muddy, rough terrain and a lot of mud and dirt is getting caked onto your shoes, then maybe I might recommend something like WeatherTech, where they have some more deep ridges or spots for that dirt to kind of fall into. But that's going to be for those really extreme situations, and they won't have that kind of seamless fit that we have here. On top of that, I think these just look a little bit more OEM, so for me, I think I'd go with something like this. But let us know how you're using them and how you like it in your 2024 Chevy Silverado 2500. Again, I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.